Hello and welcome to A View from the Car. Saturday morning, it's a nice sunny morning. It's been a funny sort of a week, really. There's been various different things happening. We see I've seen on Twitter today, Colleen Rooney versus Rebecca Vardy in court about, who knows, something or another. The only people that are going to get rich and make any money out of that little scenario are the lawyers. We see on Twitter, Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, and the only people that are going to get rich or make any money out of that are the lawyers. Common thread, really. I don't know, it's a funny sort of a time we're living in. I don't really understand why people are so keen to give away their money. Closer to home, a mixed bag of a week, really. Not too bad. I did sit in some traffic the other night, after Medway Council spent trillions of pounds on a junction improvement they didn't really need, and I don't really think has actually worked. Because everybody thought it was going to come out of the city estate and just feed straight into a lane, not a slip road, not so you had to merge. It hasn't really saved anything. The main traffic leaving the city estate, of course, was caused by people trying to turn right against the flow of incessant traffic. Oh, there's one of my mates again. Look, there he is. I don't know him from a can of paint, but he's just somebody on a bicycle. So what else has happened? At work, I've had to deal with entitled children. There's been a lot of fare dodging going on recently, and we've been trying to crack down on it. I ended up having a 5-minute argument with a girl and one of her little friends the other day because I'd been told the girl hadn't paid and was not to get on the bus. The girl was arguing black and blue that she had paid and she was allowed on the bus. And I said, well, no, you haven't, So then it turns out, and this comes back to Medway Council again, because there's two sisters. There's two sisters, and the other sister, she came back and she said, what's going on? And I said, well, there's no bus pass for your sister here. I said, you've paid, not her. She went, well, we have. I said, well, I'm telling you, I've been told, Anyway, so then the girl's friend said, why can't she just ride the bus? Well, there is the argument that, yes, I'm going there anyway. But then there's also the argument, well, everyone else has paid, so why should you get away with it? Young people today, or people today generally, have this sort of sense of entitlement. Especially when it comes to buses. The sooner that people realise that the buses are not there for them, that I think the happier everybody would be. I think everybody would be much happier if they realised, no, it's not there for you. It's there to make money. We see it all the time when you get these services that haven't been used for who knows how long, and then the company says, whoever the bus service provider is where you live, they say, well, we're going to stop running this bus service now because nobody uses it. Oh, well, we need this bus. I use this bus every week. Well, no, you don't. I need to get to an appointment every week. Well, no, you don't, because the ticket history, they don't realise the companies can see the ticket history. Oh, I've got to have this bus. I depend on it. It's a lifeline. Well, why haven't you caught it before? Why is it that for the last 18 Wednesdays or whenever it is you claim you've been using it, nobody's bought a ticket? Nobody's used it. But, they feel entitled. Like it's their right to have a bus, and it's not. Anyway, going back to the two sisters. So the other girl, she got off. Teenage girl. She wasn't like a kiddie or anything. I'm talking sort of, I don't know, year 10 girl, I suppose. So quite a lot older. She got off the bus and she hit the bricks, and the other sister stayed on the bus. But anyway, So the two girls I'd been sort of arguing the thing with, they got off. She said, I can't let her walk on her own. I'm going to stick with her. You do that, love. Go on, crack on. Anyway, so as it turns out, the mum of these two sisters had actually paid for both sisters, but Medway Council, being as quality as they are, had put the two payments onto the one sister's account. So one sister had effectively had 2 bus passes and the other sister didn't have one. A fact which was later divulged to me back at the office. But that's by the by. Just because the bus is going there, you know, it doesn't mean that you can just get on it. You could say, well, the aeroplane's going to Spain, so I don't need to buy a ticket, I can get on it. Which part, and then they get on without bus passes as well, you know, and they think, oh, well, you know, if you went to an airport without your passport, they wouldn't let you on, would they? But you can't get through to these kids nowadays. But it's by the by. It's by the by. It's not been too bad of a week on that front. Just having a think back to what else has sat in traffic, didn't I? Yeah, sat in traffic. I've just been to my local chemist. I've got 2 chemists where I live, and one is just starved with grade A cretins. You go in there and you wait 20 minutes just to be ignored. But then I stopped using that chemist eventually and used the other one, which is open on a Saturday. The other one, they don't do any work as it is, but they feel the need to close on a Saturday. So I go to the other chemist, and the service there is great. But what I've noticed, because these 2 chemists are sister chemists, there's been some staff from the rubbish chemist starting to sneak in there now. And I'm starting to wonder if the service is going to drop, because you've got the cretins from the other chemist turning up. I really hope not. I mean, I was only in there a few minutes this morning, so that was good. I walked in and I saw one of the cretins from the other chemist, and I thought, oh, God, I'm going to be here all morning. But happily, I'm not. I don't know how difficult it is to, you know, put a sticker on a box and then give it to somebody. I don't know how hard that could be. You know, but what else has been going on this week? Various things with Partygate, that's still going on. The whole Downing Street is the most criminal address in London. That's still been going on. Sir Keir Starmer and his Beergate thing that he's had. I suppose he's done the same as Boris, but Boris was in charge when it happened. Although Sir Keir should have known better, he still did it. He's still guilty, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to go into that whole other the situation, because I want this video to go on YouTube. And if I dare mention the other situation that dominated our lives from March of 2020, video, well, I won't be allowed to post it. But you know, that's the rules you have to play by. That's the rules you have to play by. I did also sign up to a website called Buy Me a Coffee. I did a video a while back last year, and it was all about the Renault Scenic clutch pedal sensor switch thing, and it's had a lot of views. And somebody commented, "Oh, thanks for this, mate. You saved me a lot of money. I should buy you a beer." And you know, I thought, well, yeah, why not? So I signed up to Buy Me a Coffee. I've put links in all the videos now. So it's a non-commitment thing, which is quite good. It's not like Patreon. You know, so it's a non-commitment one-off thing. If that floats your boat or not, I don't really know. I'm just seeing how it turns out. The whole Partygate thing was going to lead me on to something else, but then I forgot. Yeah, that's been rumbling on. Oh, I was going to talk about the Queen, wasn't I? I was going to talk about the Queen and the opening of Parliament and all that nonsense. Now, one of my subscribers, he always comments and he always puts me straight and he always teaches me something. Andy, he always puts things in a different perspective, and he always makes me see things differently. I do these vlogs, and then Andy watches, and then he comments, and I think, oh, yeah. And he puts a better perspective on things than I do. And then he makes me wish I'd said certain things in the vlog, but of course it's too late by then. You know, the opening of Parliament, yes, I know it's a thing that they do, you know, and it's important. And then somebody else, a friend of mine, said to me, it's not the Queen as such, but it's the crown. It's not the actual person. It could be Charles or Queen Elizabeth or whoever, but it's the crown that is important in it. And yeah, I know it's important. I know it is. I know we've got a ceremony. You know, and I know it's always been done this way. But my biggest thing about that was, do we really need this pomp and ceremony in this at the moment? You know, I know that Parliament's got to be open. I know the Queen has to be there. I know the crown has to be there. But did it really need to be as extravagant as that? Did it really need to be as flamboyant and as excessive? You know, that was my thing. But of course, my friend who told me about the crown, and then Andy that commented and put me straight, you know, it is the opening of Parliament and it is important. Yes, I know, but it just seemed to be a bit tasteless at the moment in this situation that we're all in. You know, but yeah, it's good to have people that say, well, no, actually, this is the way it is, because then I can get a better sense of perspective, because I think, well, yeah, actually, yeah, it's not how I thought it was. And it's good to have that. It's good to have that discourse where somebody can say, like I can sit here and say what I say, and then somebody can say, well, actually, no, you're wrong. That's not that at all. And then I can sit there and go, oh yeah, you're quite right. So, you know, it is good. It is good. And I do enjoy, you know, people commenting and feeding back and putting me straight and either agreeing or even disagreeing. I love it when people disagree, because it, you know, it means we can then have a conversation about it, and we can exchange views and opinions, and, you know, and I think it's great. But yeah, so that's about it really. Hang on, so have a quick recap. I think I've covered everything I wanted to mention. I've grizzled about the chemist. Hope the service doesn't drop down in there though, because it's a really good chemist. You know, the other chemist I was using was just, I got back to my wife and I said, I'm not going in there again. If you want to go and get your prescriptions, you can, but I'm not going in there again, because I'm going to end up strangling one of them, because they were just that inept. And it seems to be that the more ridiculously inept somebody is, the better off they do. I don't know how it works, where a complete tard, like with the Medway Council bus pass sisters situation, you know, how did the council not realise, oh, well, that girl's paid for 2 bus passes even though she's only one person. Oh, that girl hasn't got a single bus pass to her name. How did they not realise? Seems the more ridiculously dopey you are, the better off you do. I just don't understand it. I really don't get it. But that's the world we live in. That is the world that we live in at the moment. So hopefully common sense will prevail. And yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope I've not bored you for too long. You know, hopefully the week ahead will be another good one. We've got the what's it called? The 2 bank holidays coming soon. Doesn't really help me, because I drive school buses and I was going to be off anyway because it's half term. So I'll get 2 days off whilst being off. The benefit to that is that I will be paid for them. But that's about it. So Oh, great. Great. The cyclists are all starting to come out now. That's a win, isn't it? Said nobody ever. So, anyway, thank you very much if you stuck with me this long. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one, whenever that might be. Bye for now.